it's Honey, welcome to a new video. So, if you watched my July haul video, you'll know that I got a bull terrier in that haul for a custom. And today we're making said custom. I'm very excited. So this is the handsome little guy that's getting a custom today. And I know what you're thinking, Honey, don't ruin the diary bull terrier, he's too perfect. And I hear you, this is one of my favorite pets of all time, and I am not going to be changing his overall design. Instead, I'm going to be taking him from this sitting position to a standing position. This poor little guy here has always had his little booty on the floor. It's time he stood up. And before we start making him, I want to make a little disclaimer that I do have doubles of every single pet I am using in today's video. So don't worry, these are technically spares, doubles, whatever you want to call them for the purpose of this custom. So without any further delay, let's stand this little guy up and get him a new custom body. So we had our sitting bull terrier's head, but we also needed a body, so I'm using Bull Terrier 154 for his standing body, as I have a double of him. I also noticed that their tails are slightly different, which I found interesting, but I of course went ahead and removed their heads from their bodies, and I decided to take the standing bull terrier body and give it a coat of white base paint. I did this using Mr. Base White, which is the same brand as Mr. Super Clear, which is what I seal my customs with, and this spray paint worked amazing. Obviously I had to do it outside in a well-ventilated area, but the end product was perfect. Like, I couldn't have asked for a better white base to work with. I then had to reattach our new head to this body, giving him his standing position. Now, if I wanted to be completely accurate to the bull terrier design for this pet, I could have just left the body as is, but I wanted to give it some of my own touches. That included the dots on the chest of the European variant, as well as a few other details which you guys will see. I also hated the patches kind of having this green hue, so I decided to paint over them using more of a bluish grey paint mixture. I just think it looks better. I don't know, this kind of green hue on the eye and ear patch always reminded me of like faded paint, like it had gotten sun damaged. And I know that isn't the case because pretty much every bull terrier of this mold that I've had or seen has had this color, these diary bull terriers, but I've never liked it. Like, I just wish it was a more bluish tinged color, so that's what I ended up doing. And this would be the same color that I used for all of my additional details, like these spots on the chest and also some details on the tail, which you guys will see later on in the process. I was nervous that I was going to mess up the patch design and maybe make it look kind of wonky and squiggly or go into the eyes, but I think I was successfully able to cover up all of this green hued grey, and I think it turned out pretty good in the end. I did have to go over a few places a couple times just to make it more opaque, but in general I much prefer this darker bluish grey color that I ended up with, and in my head I've always seen it having this color, if that makes sense, so I'm giving him his true self. You can really see the color difference while I'm painting the ear, like how gross and green this grey color is originally. And hey, I'm a green lover, okay, but I just freaking hate it in the context of this bull terrier. So once again, I went over the ear just like the eye patch with this dark bluish grey. It took a couple coats just like the patch around the eye. I'd say about 3 coats of like touching up places here and there. The first coat was probably enough, but just making it like solid all around, I did go over a few times because I don't want that color peeking through. I want it to look professional, and like outlining the front of the ears was also very important to me to get these lines looking straight and crisp. And that's something I definitely strive for in my newer customs. In my old customs, I was a bit loosey-goosey and sometimes the paint was maybe a little patchy, but now I am very strict about making this paint look good, and I love how it turned out. This color I think is just beautiful and goes so well with the pet. So I used the same color on the chest for the dots, using my dotting tool as well. I tried to match the dots on the chest as accurately as I could to the European patches, if that makes sense. It's not 100%, but I just wanted it to be overall somewhat similar, because I think it just adds a little something to the front, so it's not just plain white. I also wanted to paint the tip of the tail. This is something that isn't included on the original or the European variant. I just wanted something a little extra, something a little more. So I decided to paint the tip of the tail to match the patches and the ear, same color, and I think it's cute. I think it adds a little extra bit to him, and that made me really happy because, like I said, just giving him this solid white body just didn't feel like enough for me personally. I really wanted to add more detail to him, and I think it matched perfectly. And of course, I could not forget to touch up his nose, because I don't know if you guys could tell, but he had a little scrape on his nose that was really bugging me. So I just patched this up quickly with some black paint. And then after that, it was time to give him his little paws, because he does have painted paws in his original design. So I thought, might as well transfer that to his standing design. So once again, using my dotting tool, I went in, gave him his little paw pads and his little toe beans. I also didn't realize this, but the magnet in his foot magnetizes to my dotting tool, so I kind of got sucked in and it kind of jolted me. So I had to clean it up with a paintbrush and paint the paw pad onto his magnet foot because the dotting tool kept magnetizing to it. But doing the little toe beans, I went in with a smaller dotting tool and just kind of followed the shape of the paws. And I think it looks really cute. It's not a detail you're going to see because it's underneath him, but it's, following the original design, and I wanted to do it, and I think it's very adorable. Hey, if you ask me, I think all dog and cat LPS should have little paws, but that's just my opinion, okay? I think it is the cutest thing when Hasbro or Basic Fun paints little toes on their LPS. It's just freaking adorable. How can you not love it? After his toes were complete, that was it, his finished design. I didn't want to add too much and change him too drastically, but I was very happy with the final outcome. So now that he is finished, let's take a look at him and also compare him to his original sitting counterpart. Here he is. Okay, I'm kidding, this is the sitting down original version, but I wanted to bring him out just so we can do a little side-by-side comparison. Here's our original Bull Terrier, and please welcome our new standing version. Here they are side by side. I tried to stay true to the original design, obviously, with a few of my own touches, because I didn't just want to give him a white body and call it a day. I felt like that would be kind of boring. Like I mentioned, I did repaint over his patches, because the original version kind of has a greenish tinge to it, which I've always been kind of annoyed by, so I gave my custom one more of a kind of bluish black tinge to the patches, which I really much prefer. Maybe that's just me. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, but I really love how he turned out. So let me give you a better look at him. He's all sealed and completed. He's got his little spots on his chest, and then we come around. Oh, okay, autofocus. Hello? Girl, he's right there. Okay, there we go. Like I mentioned, I did paint the tip of the tail, which I really like. It just adds something a little extra just so there's something there, if you know what I mean. Like, the fully white body works for the sitting version because the body's a lot smaller, but with the standing version, I feel like it would look so plain if I just left it how it was. So I really like the additional details that I added. And the spots on his chest are literally part of the European variant anyway, so I think it's a nice little mixture of both designs with my own little touch here and there. And then of course I did give him his little paws underneath. Mine are a little more pink than the original version. Like, the original's a little more peachy, where mine are a little more baby pink, but overall I am so pleased with how he turned out. I love him so much. His head's still movable and bobbles, and of course, because everything's LPS, he can still wear all the different accessories, and I am just in love with this little guy. But I would love to hear what you guys think of him in the comments down below. I am very proud of him. I love him. I cannot wait to take some better, like, professional photos with him, and I will definitely keep you guys, like, updated on him because he's like one of my favorites now. I ain't even gonna lie. I've been making a lot of customs for the purpose of eventually selling them when my store is complete, but this little guy is mine. He is in my collection forever and I adore him, so I really hope you guys enjoyed seeing the process of how he came together. And that's about all. I just love looking at them next to each other. Like, they're so freaking cute. So there you have it, my Bull Terrier custom. I really want to make some more Bull Terrier customs because they are my favorite mold. Of course, I eventually want to make a custom version of the prototype Bull Terrier because realistically, I'll probably never get the actual one. So making a custom's the next best thing. Also, because we did a head swap for this little guy, I now have a Bull Terrier head and sitting body that I can use. So if you guys have any suggestions on what I should do with them, let me know. But that's where I'm going to leave today's video. I hope it was enjoyable seeing the process of bringing the standing Diary Bull Terrier to life. If you enjoyed this video, please do not forget to like, comment, and of course subscribe. And I will see you next time with another new upload. Until then, bye guys!